Skoda, Simply Clever, has brought a special car for the Indian market which rivals the segment-leading compact SUVs like the Hyundai Creta, Kia Seltos. In this video, let us see how better is the Kushaq than its rivals. Speaking of the exterior design of the car, it looks very bold with solid cuts and creases, and to give rich looks, Skoda has added chromes in many places. And now speaking of the lights of the car, it gets Skoda crystal LED lights which has a great throw and is accompanied by halogen fog lamps. Moving towards the side profile of the car, it is 4.22 meters long and it gets a ground clearance of 188 mm and it gets 17-inch dual-tone alloy wheels which adds sporty look to the car. And as I already said, they have added chromes in many places which gives rich look with the sportiness of the car. And the fuel lid is just the push type. Moving towards the rear of the car, it gets LED tail lamps with halogen indicators. And in the bumper of the car, you get 3 parking sensors. Now let's open the boot of the car. It gets a 385 liter boot space which is very much sufficient for a long drive, and it also gets several hooks which are very necessary to hook your bags so that they don't move around. And on the roof of the car you get a shark fin antenna and a sunroof. Now let us move towards the interior of the car. The door panel of the car is well finished with a good amount of storage space on the doors, and as we all know, Skoda gives first preference to safety that they have added the reflector in the bottom of the door. Now moving towards the rear seat experience of the car, the cabin is wide for 3 passengers and all 3 of them get headrest. The orange stitchings on the grey seats which gives a premium look for the interiors. And it also gets ISOFIX child mounts on the seats, but I have never seen a single person using it in India. And speaking of the comfort, you get an ample leg room, knee room, headroom, and the underthigh support is also pretty impressive. The rear passengers also get 2 AC vents and 2 USB C-type ports. Now moving towards the dashboard of the car, it is very well designed and all the elements are very near to the hand and easy to access. The car gets auto headlamps, auto wipers, and it also gets push button start which is hidden behind the steering wheel. And now speaking of the fantastic 2-spoke steering wheel made by the Skoda, which is absolutely awesome, fantastic I want to say, because the feel, touch, everything is damn premium. And the car gets a pretty impressive 10-inch touchscreen with Skoda Play apps, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and it gives a plenty of driving data which is very much sufficient. And below the infotainment system you get ventilated seats button, and below that you get the AC controls which are all touch. Below that you get 2 USB C-type charging ports and also a wireless charging pad. Speaking of the center console, the storage spaces are pretty impressive. There are proper spaces for all your items. And also the front glove box gets a cooling function. The dashboard of the car is well finished with some glossy materials, and you also get auto dimming inside mirrors. The only thing I felt very bad about this car is the cabin light switch, which looks very poorly built. Okay guys, now let's come to the driving part of the car. So we have with us the 1 liter turbocharged engine manual with us. So this produces a torque of 178 and 115 horsepower. So absolutely brilliant engine, and as always Skoda makes perfect engines. The steering feels so good to hold, and braking performance is very nice. So this gets a 6-speed gearbox, and now we are in the interior roads. So in the narrow roads it's very easy to tackle. Such a good performance engine. So the suspension is on the stiffer side, but people buying Skoda will always like the stiffer side suspension. So it gives the thud feeling in the ride. But the road noise is absolutely zero, and the body roll is almost nil, we can say, because the ground clearance is bit low compared to its rivals. But the Skoda's off-road package is brilliant. So they give the assurance that you can take it anywhere, nothing will happen to the car, just fly off in the humps and all, no issues. So now it performs perfect in the interior roads, and here are some potholes and all. No applying brakes, just go through it. It goes brilliantly smooth. And now let's see the highway performance. You get 3 variants: Active, Ambition and the Style variant. So the top variant is the 1.5 liter TSI engine, that's the automatic, which comes around 22 lakhs on road. So it's a bit little expensive, 1 lakh expensive than its rival, but the engine is so good that it's worth the money. And let's see the performance in the highway. Cross 60 in 5th gear. At 80 it gives a warning, 1 beep, and after 120 the beep will be continuous. I think it cannot be disabled because it's mandatory now in all the cars. So in the lower speed the steering will be slightly soft, and as the speed increases it becomes a bit on the stiffer side, which is absolutely brilliant. You get confidence in the driving. And just lower the gear, then you will have a super punch. Mid-range, top range, everything has a fantastic punch. So as you all know, Skoda makes the best engines. This engine is same from the VW group, which is, I guess it's available in the Polo, and even in the Rapid you get the same engines. So now the car fell into a big pothole, but no effect to the Skoda Kushaq, and even the auto sensing wipers worked, the rain sensing wipers. And I have already spoken about the infotainment system, everything. It's very sleek, very easy to use also. They have made it so easy, and all the controls are available in the steering itself. So everywhere potholes here, no brake, nothing, just go through the potholes. It can rev up to 6, and in the second gear rev up to again 6000 rpm, not take above it, not good for the engine also. So it causes 80, like it crosses 90 in the second gear. That brilliant is the 1 liter turbo engine which I am driving now currently. So in second gear crossed 80, and now in the third gear crossed 100. So that smooth is the engine. So this was a simple review which will make you very easy to understand about the car. I've explained almost all the features which are available. So I'll give the contact number of the Mangalore UDUPI Skoda service and sales. So they have the best service also, and service cost is not very high also. It's almost equal to all its competitors. And Skoda is a company, like Skoda makes cars which usually don't get much complaints, because that stiff, that good the build quality is. So thank you for watching, hope you have liked it, and do like, share and subscribe. So very soon with a new video. Bye bye, take care. This is the rear view monitor. It does not get the adaptive guidelines when we turn the steering, but the clarity is really good, so that's sufficient.